Well, this is the beginning of our adventure for Thanksgiving 2016. Joel and I just drove from Palm Springs to Sedona today. He is in there getting some directions from our truly nothing special hotel. However, the area, oh wow, that was way too close. The area is very special, and I will show you just a little bit of it as we've arrived very close to sundown. And we're right here on a very busy road. You can see some of the landscape that we're going to see very soon. Much more of these red rocks that are just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, we're just about to lose the sun on our first night in Sedona.
Before the river over the bridge.
And Joel is trying to direct me to a restaurant. Say hello, Joel.
Well, okay. We're going to Acapulco Village. I might have left out a pocket or two.
Are you in there now? Can you see yourself?
I can see myself. Hi,
okay.
self.
Well, tell me
right.
what we're doing tonight. What did the guy?
Wait a minute. I gotta find.
What did the guy at the front desk say?
Well, he suggested we walk around. Although he says he never goes down there. He refers to everything as tourist traps, which is probably what they are.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to be going down just before the river, just before the Oak Creek. He called it the river.
Well, tell your viewer where we're going. Here's your viewer.
We're going to Tlaquepaque Village.
Okay.
What
are we doing
there? They're going to walk.
We're going to walk around?
And then we're going to go to ELOTE restaurant over here. We're going to check it out if you want.
Is that the Indian buffet?
No, the Indian buffet is 2 doors down from him for lunch.
Okay. We found something interesting already. We've just gotten into the uptown part of Sedona, and we found this handprints and a little commemorative plaque of Clint Walker, and featured in the motion picture, what does it say? Yellowstone Kelly.
Filmed in Sedona, 1959.
Before I was born. Put your fingers in there. Put your hands in there. See how you're... Oh my God. Clint and I have about the same size hand. How about that, Clint? Well, happy Thanksgiving, Joel. Where are we?
Well, same to you and everybody who might be watching this in the future. We are in Sedona in Red Rock Country. Those are the Red Rocks.
And it's Thanksgiving 2016.
Most of them are red.
And they're absolutely gorgeous.
You can see the trees way up there on the rock. It's 9:15 in the morning, and it's in about 49, 50 degrees.
It's actually comfortable in the sun, isn't it?
See a lot of fall-like trees. We haven't seen that for a while.
Yeah.
No palm trees here.
It's a very different environment from Palm Springs.
We're about to take off on a 2.5-hour vortex Red Rock tour, right? Isn't that how it's?
Yes, here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah, we're going to do a Jeep tour and feel some of the spiritual energy of Sedona.
What did Philip say? Or you prefer not to quote him?
We're at our first vortex stop on our Jeep tour.
Bring $3.
We were told that they knew how to move energy by force of the mind, and it was all done through concentrated focus. Now,
Are you talking about Machu Picchu was built as a machine?
The pyramids. Sorry, the pyramids.
The pyramids.
Yeah, you bet.
Okay. What do you think of that, Joe?
What?
What do you think the purpose of the pyramids is?
They were like antenna,
To focus the energy?
energetic antenna for the entire planet. Yeah. The beings from other planets.
Edge of rock, kind of a fin. That's a result of glaciers that come through here, supposedly.
Oh, you had glaciers way down here?
That's right. Some of the most southern border glaciers, especially 13,000 years ago. And there is some controversy about this now, but there's some evidence that that glacier melted off very rapidly. Maybe in a year's time, something like that. Kind of nice. There's a
We've
couple
gone
of,
to the Airport Mesa vortex, and we're on our way to our second vortex, and I'm just going to show you the view here. Go ahead and talk.
Oh, right on.
Just going to do a little review.
So yeah, all these people out here off grid. It's kind of a neat thing. There are a couple of ranches out here that are for sale. It's really very rare to see any kind of private land, you know, go on the market in Sedona. Everything on this side of the Jeep out here, this is all U.S. Forest Service. So that's all public land. This is all still private, including all the canyon walls. So
That's
there's a
Brant,
ranch
our
coming
tour
up
guide,
ahead,
talking.
And there's actually I'd like to hear about.
So we're at Bradshaw Mesa.
We're at Bradshaw Mesa here in Sedona, Arizona. And if you look off over here, you're going to see the Coxcomb kind of looking right towards the town of Sedona around that corner. And then all through here, this is all Long Canyon, kind of home for a lot of ancient tribes. You've got the Navajo and the Hopi coming down from their mesas up north of Flagstaff. We have all kinds of dwellings out here, petroglyphs, all kinds of pictograms. A lot of evidence in Arizona of ancient people living here, and kind of a special spot.
Oh, it's
And
beautiful.
if you want to know a little more about Bob Bradshaw and the strange occurrences that come along out here, definitely go to YouTube. Type in Bradshaw Mesa, Bob Bradshaw, Bigfoot, and see what you find.
I will do that.
All right. Yes, as far as I know.
We've just left Sedona on our way to Flagstaff. And what's the name of the other area we're going to?
We're on our way to the Sunset Crater Volcano National Monument and the Wupaki National Monument, where there are ruins of where Indians of approximately the year 1100 lived. And we're going to see some lava flows and a volcanic crater and stuff like that.
Stuff like that. And we're on our way to the Grand Canyon Village today, so that's where we'll end up for the evening.
Everybody's looking for a condo in the Pueblo near the Wupaki National Monument.
Yes, I need another condo, like I need a hole in the head.
Sit down.
Hi, we're at Sunset Crater in Arizona. There's the
Sunset Crater Volcano
Oh, Sunset Crater Volcano.
National Monument.
And we're just north of Flagstaff, on our way to the south rim of the Grand Canyon.
Right. They told us we're about 65 miles south of the south rim of the Grand Canyon.
Now, Brant from our Jeep tour in Sedona suggested we come and see this, and it is quite incredible to see these lava fields. And I guess this here is lava. What would you call it?
Cinder.
This it's pretty incredible.
The volcano, is it playing now?
Yeah.
The volcano blew up about 1,000 years ago, and you can see that there's still limited vegetation on the slopes of the volcano.
Okay, you ready to get on our way?
Yeah,
Alrighty.
I'm ready. That volcano right there began erupting about 1,100 years ago. No, about 900 years ago.
Well, now we're on the other side of Sunset Crater Volcano. Is that right?
Yeah.
And you can see a snow-covered mountain in the distance there. And here's Joel.
And you can sweep around and see all the lava hills.
Well, we're standing on lava rock right now. That's it there.
Sort of cinder.
Cinders, yeah. Not the heavy lava flows that we've seen along
you
the
swing
road.
around, you can look north to the Grand Canyon, way out there in the distance.
So I'm going to zoom in a little bit toward the valley down there. And on the other side of the valley, you can see the edge of the Grand Canyon.
You can see that it has taken 900 years for these trees to grow here, and half of it's empty. Some of it doesn't have any vegetation at all.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we're going to get back on the road now. Joel and I are at the Wukoki, is it Pueblo ruins?
Yeah.
And I'm just going to move over here. And you can see the ruins there
It's been weathered for about 800 years.
in the distance, and we're going to go there in a minute. So we're now walking up to the Pueblo ruins. It says they've been weathered for about the last 800 years. And it says they stopped here to farm. So this was their home for a while. And a little bit more of the landscape. Looking through there, again, you can see where we'll be headed soon is to the Grand Canyon later today. Joel is reading that Wukoki is a Hopi word for big house, and that is what we're looking at, a big house.
So there's a home probably of 2 to 3 families.
Yeah. I can't tell if this is on or not. Oh, it is. Okay, it's just amazing that people lived here. And I'll do a slow zoom around. Over there is where the car park is, parking lot. And there's Mr. Joel out there. He said that would be the terrace where they would have their martinis and cocktails in the evening. I'm going to zoom in on some beautiful snow-covered mountains over there if I can.
This is really neat.
They're gorgeous.
You can see where show your mom we're in the second level. See the petrified wood here?
Yeah.
Right here from where the beams went across to the other side.
So we're in one of the rooms of the Wukoki house. And this is the view that they had 1,000 years ago, 800 years ago when they were here.
That circle there is a location where they did ceremonial dances. I guess the Hopis did ceremonial dances about 800 or 900 years ago.
And behind Joel is one of the ruins here from the same time period, but their dwelling where they lived.
Swing it around, here's another.
And this is another one here. So a couple buildings in the same location. So this is our first view of the Grand Canyon. Is this the Painted Desert stop, Joel? Okay, I've lost Joel again. So I think this is called the, it's called the Painted Desert. Anyway, it's absolutely gorgeous. the overlook called?
Desert View.
We just arrived at the Desert View Lookout at the Grand Canyon. It's our first stop after coming from, well, we started out the morning in Sedona, and then we made a few stops along the way. And we haven't yet, we're on our way to check into our hotel near the Grand Canyon Village.
They told us that the visitor center parking is all filled and that we better park at the various lookouts because we can't get near the visitor center.
So once we look at the Grand Canyon from a few vantage points, we will head on to our hotel.
Feels like it's 10 degrees out.
It is quite cold. And this is our view from here. There's a few people at the lower level overlook, and then the magnificent Grand Canyon. It's Saturday of Thanksgiving weekend, and we've made it
26,
November 26, 2016. Yeah, we're not in the 19s anymore.
1960.
Yeah, there you go. And we made it to Mather Point, which is an absolutely stunning view, yet another one in Grand Canyon National Park.
Yeah, Mr. Mather apparently was fundamental in the establishment of the national park system, and they say that his contributions will never end.
Absolutely.
This is at the main visitor center, and we've got here about half an hour ago. We're going to take the shuttle bus around the rim. First time I came here in the early 1990s, you drove along it. Now it's shuttle buses.
Jack can't see. Oh, those are good. Oh, your eyes are closed. Nice.
There are more foreign visitors than American visitors here.
We're going to go over to this point. There's another lookout point.
Did you get all the people on this little lookout point? That's interesting
Yeah,
too.
I did. This is all the Mather Lookout Point in the Grand Canyon National Park. Joel and I had a lovely lunch at the El Tovar Hotel, which is here, and I had seafood chowder and beef goulash, Arizona beef.
Beef stroganoff, I think, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, beef stroganoff.
And I had a
What'd you
healthy
have?
salad and some onion soup.
Yes.
I watched him devouring the calories,
It was delicious.
saying that he was chilled.
Yes. And we just visited the Hopi House, which is arts and crafts. It's all, is it the Hopi Indians?
Yes.
That's why it's the Hopi House. And
It
there's
was
the,
built about 1905, and they used the Hopi Indians to build it authentically according to their customized building
okay.
techniques.
And the Grand Canyon is over there. The El Tovar Hotel is directly next to the Grand Canyon. And we had a
were looking
magnet.
for Judy Garland, but we couldn't find her. This was one of the Harvey hotels.
Oh, that's right. We saw they had a nice display at in the hotel near the restaurant, all about the Harvey hotels and Judy Garland and the movie and everything. So that was fun.
And Woody sang a chorus of Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe.
As I always do every morning. That's how I wake up. Say hello, Joel. We're at this absolutely stunning view. We're still near the El Tovar Hotel in the Grand Canyon Village, and it's just stunning. It just keeps getting prettier and prettier.
You get a sight of El Tovar.
Well, tell us where we are.
We're at the Lookout Studio that a famous woman architect who used to work for the railroad. What's the name of it?
The railroad?
Yeah, what's the name of the railroad? She was an architect for the railroad company.
Okay, the Grand Canyon Railroad?
No.
Okay, we'll figure it out later.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, you
pan
can sweep
around.
around to El Tovar.
Yeah. We're at Lookout Studio. And it was an artist studio, right? It's now a gift shop.
No, that's next to the artist studio.
Well, it's next to the artist studio. And across the way, I will zoom in because it's a beautiful view of the El Tovar Hotel where we had lunch today. And we had a beautiful view of the Grand Canyon. Just stunning. I keep using that word, but it is just stunning. We'll have a look at the tourists, including Joe and me. Again, this is Lookout Studio, and it's just gorgeous. Someone with very sharp eyes spotted these mountain goats. I'm going to zoom in as far as I can. Yeah, they're right there. Wow. It's very clear.
There's a fifth one to the right. It's just coming down.
Oh,
See it there?
Oh, I see, yeah. Yeah, there it is. The mountain goats in the Grand Canyon, how about that? Bighorn sheep, maybe. Somebody said mountain goats. I think they're bighorn sheep. We'll be able to tell better
I think
when.
they're goats because bighorn sheep have those big horns and those don't.
Well, we'll be able to tell better in
Bighorn
the.
sheep have those big fat horns.
Yeah, isn't that something? And I'll keep them in the lower right, and you see they're kind of a little bit down in the canyon. And the El Tovar Hotel is right up there. Pretty amazing. People do crazy things. You see people in the background on the trail there? I don't know where they're walking. I think it's the Angel View Trail. And it's the top of the rim of the Grand Canyon. And we'll go over this way. And you can see people coming up the trail here. Raven flying in the sky. Tons of ravens. Maybe we'll see someone walk by. Oh, there we go. It's fun. And lots of hikers on this trail. It's a beautiful view. I'm going to span the same area again. It's gotten cloudy today, but it's still gorgeous. Since the last filming, which was at Lookout, what was that? Lookout Artist Studio? Anyway, since our last filming at the Grand Canyon, we had a beautiful sunset last night, and the sky just lit up orange, and we only got still photos of that. We didn't take any video. And today we drove from the Grand Canyon Village over to Grand Canyon West. We attempted to do the skywalk but it's a cloudy, rainy day.
How
And
many miles was it? 200 something?
231 miles we traveled today, and the skywalk is closed. But we just checked into our Grand Canyon Western Ranch Hotel. There's Joel, and it's a cute little cabin, so we're very happy with it, and it's very private. No upstairs neighbors or anything, and it's a cute little ranch. It's a real ranch. I keep saying cute. And the good news is we're going to be able to attempt to do the skywalk again tomorrow morning. So that's the plan for
It
now.
was going to be clear tomorrow, so that we could do that. And this is a one-room cabin with one double bed, one single bed on the first floor, and then a bed up on the...
There's the single bed and the bathroom over there. And then by the door, there's another single bed where I'm going to sleep tonight.
And there's
But
a wagon
upstairs, there's another bed up there. So it really could sleep a lot of people. I'm going up the stairs. So there's the upstairs loft bed. And Joel, I think what we're going to do now is go over and have a bite to eat because the restaurant is open.
And Linda will cook. Is it still on?
Yeah.
So, we're going to the, what do they call it? The chuck wagon?
We're starving. We're going to eat. Bye. We are at the Grand Canyon Western Ranch Hotel. And this is Linda. Linda, you don't mind if you're in my video, do you?
Hi.
Say hi.
Hi. Nice
Isn't
to
that
see you
gorgeous?
guys.
I'm looking at this mountain. The sun just came out and it's absolutely stunning. I guess I would call that a small mountain, right? What do you call that?
Spirit Mountain. Because when you look at it, you
What's-
can see silhouettes.
What's the name of it?
Spirit Mountain.
Spirit Mountain.
You can see faces, eyes, silhouettes.
That's amazing. Isn't that beautiful?
What a beautiful afternoon. Wow. This is so cool. Wow.
I'm going to turn around and just get a little
Right
bit.
there's Camelback Mountain. See the double humped mountain?
Yep.
That's where the King Tut gold mine is, out
Cool.
that way.
And
Wish we could take you guys up to see the buffalo because you can look way out there and see all the mountain ranges fall behind each other.
yeah.
It's at the very top of our ranch where the buffalo are.
So they're real buffalo here.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, we have very small herd, but
Well, I can't see. Oh, I can see the horse. Now, what are the horses' names?
Ace! Ace, come here.
Ace is up there. Linda's running up there to see Ace. They're absolutely great here. It's like a little
Call the dog.
small town. But isn't that mountain stunning?
Behind you.
I'm going to zoom in on it again.
The house I was talking about, right there.
Linda came up here and she's petting the horse. This is Ace at the Grand Canyon Western Ranch. And just behind that mountain. Hey Ace, you want to be on camera?
Where'd Bo go? Oh, Bo's coming. He's right on the fence line.
You think I have something to eat? Look at this. He's chewing on my hand.
Yeah, see those treats. He's like, come on.
have
Somebody
any
got
treats.
apples. They really like apples.
I don't have any
Carrots,
apples.
Apples.
Okay. Now who's the other one?
This is Bo.
Ace and Bo.
Oh, be nice.
Hey, Bo.
You big jealous thing.
Oh, they're going away.
And he's pushing away.
Okay.
Bo's like, I'm not fighting with you today.
That's my beer bottle. We just had a very nice, oh, let's see, focus. We just had a very nice meal at the Grand Canyon Western Ranch. And I'll back up a little bit. You can sort of see the room. There, it's the dining room. And it's a nice little fire over here. And we're going to have they usually have a campfire in the evening, roasting marshmallows and things like that. But tonight it will be indoors, probably right here. This is Joel figuring out our lighting situation. And I want to go outside our cabin before it gets too dark. And there's our cabin number 6. And that mountain that I filmed earlier that had the sun raking across it, it's totally engulfed in clouds now. And this is our cabin. There's Joel. And what?
There's our cabin.
And I wanted to show the Joshua tree that's right next to our cabin. They have lots of
It's covered in mist.
yeah, and the Joshua tree. The Joshua trees are all over this area, so that was a surprise to me. I didn't know that they would be here. It's a nice little surprise. And the rain and snow was a surprise too. We actually got snowed on today. It's cold out here.
It's cold. Are you coming in?
Yes, yes.
Our first breakfast. We just finished breakfast at, what is this, a restaurant?
It's the first stop at the Skywalk.
Yeah, this is
We're the only customers. Well, I guess a couple just arrived.
and out there is an instant western town.
Yes, and we're going to go see the horses. There's a beautiful horse. I wish he had his face toward me, but he doesn't. I'm going to walk over here to this gorgeous view. We're at stop 1 on our little Skywalk tour. And I'm going to zoom in over here on this beautiful landscape. Wow. Beautiful. And we're back to the horses. And here's that little beauty.
Housekeeping. Can you please send Wendy or John to the office?
I love horses. They're beautiful animals. What are you doing down there? It's like a salt lick or something. Well, where are we, Joel?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
We are at the first stop of the, what is this place called?
Skywalk. Well, I'm just calling it Skywalk.
All right, we're at the first stop of the Skywalk. And they've created this hokey little village with all these fake Western buildings.
But we just had a delicious breakfast.
We did.
And we're looking at a beautiful landscape and these horses.
What did the breakfast cost us? About 30 or 40 bucks?
I don't know.
Scrambled eggs?
I don't know.
Hey, horse. These are horses.
Real horses.
They're very frisky. It's in the 30s this morning.
And we're going to get back on the on our way to the second stop, which will be the Skywalk.
Oh, you. We are 4,000 feet above the Colorado River, and I don't know how close I'm going to get to that edge.
We are at Grand Canyon,
We're at Eagle Point.
at Eagle Point in the Hualapai Reservation, and we are about to go on the Skywalk, which is a glass shelf out over the Grand Canyon, and I'm panning to it right now. So Joel and I are going to be out here in a few minutes, although we can't take our video or cameras there, so we won't have any video, but this will have to do it. Isn't that beautiful? And people are out there, so we'll be brave and do it. So we just did the Skywalk. We're not allowed to take cameras or video out there, but it was quite an experience, and I was surprised at how hesitant I was, because you're standing on a piece of glass looking down at the canyon, down into the Grand Canyon. So it was quite an experience.
I expected to be spooked, and I was. 4,000 feet down.
So now we're on our way to our third stop, where I think we can actually look over into the Grand Canyon.
It's cold.
Yes, it is cold.
It's about 35 degrees.
So we're now at our third stop. Oh, look at the birds, the ravens. We're at our third stop, and we're like, it's just amazing. You can walk right up to the edge of the Grand Canyon. I'll get a little bit closer, but not a whole lot. Like, this is about as close as I'll get. Like right here. And you can look down and see the edge of the Grand Canyon. And that's something. And Joel is safely up on top of the mountain. It's a big structure here. They have a restaurant, so some hot food. But the landscape is just amazing. Down, you can barely see the Colorado River down there. It's that little box where the water's very brown. Right there. We had snow last night. That's the snow on the top of the mountains at the top of the Grand Canyon. And go all the way around here and show the edge. There's some other tourists. I'll even turn this around and see if I can get in here.
We're at Eagle Point, which is the third and final stop at the Indian Reservation, and this is probably the most dramatic sight we've seen in all of our Grand Canyon travels. This is truly stunning. There's the muddy Colorado River down there. Look at that vast. This canyon is over 120 miles long.
It's a Where is he? There he is.
And the snow peaks way off of that.
Back up again. Oh my goodness, that's way over. Oh wow, I didn't know you could do that. There are people way in the distance there. Amazing.
Don't worry, thank you.
I didn't know we could go out there. These other, we're just on this one little peak here. Well, it's stunningly beautiful here.
Did you get the building?
Yeah.
Just as part of it?
Yeah, I think I got everything. I did a 360. But, yeah. this little precipice, and you can see right there that when you are on the edge, it is a straight down drop.
可以啊，这样子蹲一下。
这蹲一下，蹲一下不好，蹲一下不好。
I'm gonna go find Joel over here. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Oh my. Ah!
And it's safe because there's this ledge here.
Yeah, there is a ledge. There's the Colorado River down there and the magnificent Grand Canyon. Wow.
And the snow-capped peaks over there. Great.
Try to get
It looks as though it's clear out. If that's the west, it's clear and sunny that way.
here to tell the people where we are.
So we're at the top of Guana Point, and it looks like you're facing towards Las Vegas, where it looks sunny and warm, which it's not here.
The camera's back here, Joe.
Sunny and warm. We're freezing here.
Well, you know what? We've got a little bit of sun peeking out there. Isn't that something?
Yes.
A little bit. And this is
And this was the head of an old tram.
this is the remains of the tram
Yeah, you
that
wanna
stopped
turn around and show them?
operation in 1960.
You want to turn around and show them the wheel?
There's the wheel.
We're building a tram to mine guana in a cave. But then a jet hit it. That was the end of that.
Just amazing. Of course, we have the beautiful snow over here on the top of the Grand Canyon. It just keeps getting better and better.
Did you get this side, this wheel? I'm still on Iguana Point,
Go.
and that's the mechanism that was the tram that they used to send people down to mine guana in a cave down near
Where
the
they
base
started in the
somewhere.
1930s, right?
Right, and
Yeah.
it stopped in 1960.
And this is the view they had while they were working.
See all the snow in the background? Did you get all that? I guess you did.
We just got some sun and the canyon is getting lit up. And Joel's right there. And I'm going to pan over and do another spectacular sweep of the Grand Canyon here. Just magnificent. The sun is just peeking through the clouds, giving us a different look at the Grand Canyon.
Not only is it beautiful, but it feels safe.
Yeah. Well, that's important to feel safe because in some points you are right on the edge. You can literally walk right up to the edge and it is a straight down drop. Joe just said he felt safe. I remember there was one of our tour guides said that if you do fall over the edge, be sure to enjoy the view because you don't want to waste the view on the way down.
I think the thermometer has soared all the way up to 20.
Yeah, all the way up to 20. We're freezing our hands off. But look at the incredible view that we have. It's just beautiful. Just beautiful. We have some tourists over here.
Get
Huh?
in the picture.
I did, yeah.
There are more people from other countries than there are from our own country.
Tourists from everywhere,
Yeah,
including
a
us.
lot of Asians.
Yeah.
It's wonderful that they're visiting this much. The bus coming.
Cool. Raven just sitting there, enjoying the view. And what a view. Right, little Raven? Wow. Oh, there it goes. We're on our way back to the starting point at Grand Canyon West, and it's just beautiful here.
They're all the way over here, buddy.
Oh, that's amazing. Wow. Isn't that something? Oh my goodness. There's tons of them. They're right outside. That is amazing. Wow. They're beautiful. And what a landscape. What a landscape for them to live in. Well, we've done the skywalk and we're on our way back down the mountain, and this is Spirit Mountain during the day. Last night we saw it, at the top of it was covered by clouds, and the beautiful Joshua trees that are just everywhere. That was, I mentioned yesterday, that was one of the surprises for me, was all the Joshua trees here. So it's fun to see them. I've always loved the Joshua trees. It's a Joshua tree forest. And we're headed to Las Vegas now. There goes Joel on the new Hoover Dam Bridge. Pretty impressive.
Skywalk, which was projected over the Grand Canyon, and now we are at the Mike Callahan, Pat Tillman Memorial Bridge, which overlooks Hoover Dam, and we're standing right over the middle of the dam right now.
And there it is.
Maybe 1,000 feet above the water line.
So we've gone from one dramatic view to another. It's a little bit crazy. Here, look this way, Joel. There we are. Joel and Woody at the Hoover Dam. It's pretty crazy. So it's the Monday after Thanksgiving weekend, and we have just made it back to our home time zone. And Joel is still up there reading a sign about the Hoover Dam. So what did you learn?
Well, I needed to read more about Pat Tillman, and then the other fellow, McClanahan, who he was the editor of an important Nevada newspaper who challenged the political establishment when he felt that they weren't honoring the will of the people.
Okay.
And he died of a heart attack in 2005, I think.
So we just made it to Las Vegas, and we are about to have a late lunch. And this is our view from our room. It's a Las Vegas Strip. We're staying at the Orleans Hotel, which is west of the Strip, but we get a magnificent view of the Strip all the way from there. There's New York, New York, where we're going to a Cirque du Soleil show tonight. And of course that's the Luxor and the beautiful mountains in the distance. So that's our view, quite wonderful. We have arrived back in California just in the last half hour and left Las Vegas this morning. We are now at Zabriskie Point in Death Valley National Park. And Joel's behind me looking at some of the information about this, and I'm going to do a pan of this area. Ooh, I slipped. Just amazing. Wow. Oh my, I have to watch where I'm going. This is like a cliff. I love how the sun rakes over these. They look like sand dunes, but they're actually rock, or maybe salt, or maybe lava. I don't know. We'll learn more about them later. But they are really beautiful to look at. And I'm going to pan all the way back around to the mountains up there and the little Zabriskie Point visitor area.
We are at Zabriskie Point in Death Valley, and Zabriskie was the president and CEO of a borax company that was mining borax here. And when borax ceased to be a valuable commodity, he pressed hard to have the area protected by the federal government. And it wasn't until 1994 that Death Valley National Park was founded. So it's only been, what's that, 22 years?
Oh wow, so it hasn't been around that long as,
No,
as a national park.
As a national park. It was some sort, it was protected, but I don't know what it was called before that. The wonderful thing for us is that we've been freezing our butts off for most of the week, and now it's in the mid-60s. The sun feels delicious.
It certainly does.
And it kind of confirms what I already knew, that I need to live in a warm climate.
That's true for both of us.
Yes.
We're on Artist Drive in Death Valley National Park. We had a nice dinner at the Furnace Creek Inn last night, our first night, our arrival in Death Valley National Park. And today we're on our way to a ranger talk at Badwater Basin, which is the lowest point in the continental United States. Is that right, Joel?
North America.
Oh, okay. And I'm going to do a sweep of the view here. What's the drive called? Artist
Way. I think so.
Artist Way? I guess, well, you know, they have to name everything, but I guess it looks like an artist painted the mountains. And what would you say, Joel?
It's in the mid-50s, and with the sun, it's very comfortable.
It's extremely comfortable after all the cold weather we've experienced. All right, we're going to be on our way.
All right, away we go. Please drive with two hands.
We are the largest park in the lower 48, which means we do have lots and lots of stories to tell.
You're larger than Yellowstone. Then.
We are larger than Yellowstone. We're actually quite a bit larger. We're about a third of the size larger
Wow.
than Yellowstone. One of our stories to tell, though, is about extremes. We have a lot of extremes here in Death Valley. We are one of the driest places on Earth. We're the driest place in North America. We're the hottest place on Earth with a record temperature of 134 degrees Fahrenheit. And then right now, we are at the lowest point in North America, 282 feet below sea level. And to give you some perspective, there is a sea level sign right up there on the Black Mountains, so you can see
Oh, look
how
at
low we are.
the sea level.
Now, the human impact. Yeah, people like to dig in the hole to see if they can find water. So everyone knows, like if I can get you all to stand on. A lot of it comes from when the salts pile up, and then once they start to dry, they expand and they create these formations. So over here, it's much more piled up, and actually if you go to the Devil's Golf Course, it's even more prominent. And then sometimes you're going to get these polygations.
Same thing with the guy.
We are at Badwater in Death Valley. It's the lowest point in North America. It's about 286 feet below sea level. And we just had a talk by one of the rangers who explained how it happens. The mountains that are on both sides of the valley separate, and wherever you have a spot below sea level in the world, it's because mountain ranges, plates have separated, and it causes the land to sink. And so I guess he said that the Dead Sea is over 1,000 feet below sea level, and that's because two plates had separated there. Similar process.
It's the lowest point on the Earth, right?
Right.
Lowest point below sea level.
Well, what he said was almost 1,800 feet below sea level.
Yeah, a lot more than here.
This used to be the bed of a lake. Lake
Lake Manly.
Manly, right.
When there was water here.
It was about 600 feet deep at the deepest point.
Yeah.
And there are places along the mountains where you can see lighter strata of rock, and that's supposedly where was the shoreline of the lake at different times.
This is a good example of the alluvial fans that our park ranger was just talking about. There, when it rains, the water washes down the mountain and creates these beautiful formations. Mr. Joel is over here. We're at the Natural Bridge Canyon, but it's a bit of a hike to the Natural Bridge, so we're not going to go there. I'm just enjoying the view from here. And it's a beautiful view. Well, he's going farther up the trail than I thought he would. So I'm just going to do some video of the rest of the valley. And that is Death Valley there. And the playa and the salt flats, which we just visited. Where are we, Joel?
We're dry hill on the way up to Arch. What's the name of it? Arch
Natural Bridge.
Natural Bridge. Right. Natural Bridge. But that's. Look at how the dust is kind of blowing out there. See that?
It is blowing up. Oh, that's a car going down the road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're looking down at Badwater Basin
Can you see our car down there?
and the Salt Flats. And there's our car.
And you can see this dry. How dry it reminds me of maybe what Israel must look like. This would be blistering hot in the summer.
And this is the pathway to the Natural Bridge, but I don't think we're going to go there.
No,
Do you have it in you?
no, I don't want to walk that far.
Huh?
I don't want to walk that far.
Go.
This is Dante's view. I guess it's Dante's view of Inferno, because in the summertime this would be like 125 degrees down there. But it looks like water is really salt. And it's amazing how it looks like water, and the tributaries and the streams that are floating into it are just the light markings of salt and borax and all the chemicals. But it's an astonishing view. What are we, about 5,000 feet up?
Are we?
Yeah, I think we're
It's
about.
much colder up here. It's
Right.
about 40. And when, let's see, turn this way so we have sun.
When we left the valley, it was about 65 degrees. That's about 40 now.
So that's like a 25-degree difference.
Yeah.
It's another stunning view, though.
Yep. It is. On both sides. I don't know what that looks like.
This is Joel's favorite tree here in Furnace Creek Ranch. It's a salt pine, they told us. And if I move up a little bit, you can see that the Death Valley Railroad remnant is over there. This is part of Furnace Creek Ranch where we stayed while in Death Valley. We're coming up on the restaurants and the general store, things like
Are
that.
we going to pull in here to go?
Yes, we are. At the Furnace Creek Ranch, and there's the entrance gate up there. See, here's Joel in front of the sign at the Furnace Creek Ranch Resort. We had dinner at the Furnace Creek Inn, but the rooms there are very expensive, so we decided to
Telling
budget.
us it's 56 degrees.
What is it?
It says it's 56 degrees. I feel like it's
About
still in the
56
40s.
right now.
Yeah.
Highest recorded temperature, 134 degrees, July 10th, 1913. And this is some of the view that we have here at the Furnace Creek Resort. Just across the road. It's, it looks like the painted, what was that, the artist view? Just some of
And
the
the
beautiful
artist palette.
some of the beautiful landscape here.
We're at the entrance of Furnace Creek Ranch. This is a compound where we stayed, and they've done a few little things like having a saloon and a cafe and a general store and all that kind of good stuff. All in kind
Stuff
of
you
ranch
need.
style.
Yeah, it is kind of a resort, and you don't really need to go anywhere except there's a lot to do in Death Valley National Park.
So now we're going to go get a few souvenirs.
Some souvenirs. That's a good thing.
Shining sadly across the bloody plain. 16 as brave a rangers as ever rode. We're buried by their
Make sure that it's not people just assuming the same phrase. When you all think of Death Valley, like genuinely, don't just give me whatever answer you think I want to hear, but when you think of Death Valley or you think of deserts, what images come to mind?
Immense.
Immense? You know, okay. And flat? Flatness?
Dry.
Dry? Vast? Okay.
Torture.
What is it?
Torture.
Torture, actually, that's a good point, yeah. And
Rocky waste, I guess.
rocky place and
Also sand.
Death.
sand and death. It's a good one.
That's a good
We
one.
love posting up in the museum where children get. One is to induce comedy, and therefore I wouldn't necessarily encourage you to put your mouth. But
We are in the Mesquite Sand Dunes in Death Valley National Park. This will be our one of the last places we visit on this trip, and it's quite different from the rest of the park.
They had a variety of other purposes for it. It was actually used here locally, I think, in the late 90s, early 2000s.
We are at Mesquite Flat Sand Dunes. It's 14 square miles across the widest part of Death Valley, they said. And we just heard a ranger talk where we heard in excruciating detail about how the dune was formed.
She was good.
Yeah,
she
was
talked
good.
fast, but she was full of knowledge.
It's very interesting to see the varied topography. You don't expect sand dunes here because mostly it's flat in most of the areas on the floor of the valley.
We're in Mosaic Canyon. This will be our last vista stop or beautiful scenery stop in Death Valley National Park as we're headed back to Palm Springs today. This is Mosaic Canyon in Death Valley National Park. It's December 1st of 2016. I love the, you can see my foot there. Oh, I love the marble. Wow, look at that. There's natural marble in the park. And oh my Lord. Look what I found. A tarantula. I guess he likes it here in Death Valley. Ooh. He's pretty big. I'm going to try not to scare him. I'm back on the tarantula because when I did my previous small video, I turned around after I saw the tarantula, and it's just beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? That's the path we came up. Joe's up ahead of me. And it's a gorgeous day here. I found Joel around the corner after the tarantula.
Was there really a tarantula?
There was really a tarantula. Here, wave. Wave to the camera. And that's where we're headed. Well, we're not going up that far, but somewhere up there.
I don't think we need to go much further. I think this rock ends over here.
Yeah, some other people said the most beautiful part was at the beginning. But this is still pretty impressive.
It is. Be careful. It's very slippery. Over here.
Mosaic Canyon. And we're still in Mosaic Canyon. And Joel is moving on farther up into the canyon. And I'll be up there shortly. It's kind of fun here. Now the marble that's here is all earth colored. It isn't, you know, the greens and reds or whatever kind of marble you see on a kitchen countertop. But it's just beautiful. Just beautiful. Here's the marble.
Boy, you can really. It's a real visible record of the massive forces that must have come to play in shoving one, what is it,
A shelf
shelf against another.
or a plate.
Shoving, yeah, plates.
Tectonic
shoving
plate.
it up like this. I mean, there's also, you can see all the contorting rock, various shapes. You needed a hand, but you didn't come.
Ooh, we're trying not to slip. This marble is very slippery. That very well.
I don't know if you want to be careful.
Oh, I did the same thing. Oh, goodness. Well, we've seen Mosaic Canyon, and it was worth the stop. Where did we start out? We started out at the ranch this morning, Furnace Creek. Is it Furnace Creek Ranch? Yeah, the ranch at Furnace Creek. And what was our first stop this morning, Joel?
We went to the sand dunes.
We went to the Mesquite Sand Dunes.
And then we went to the Stovepipe.
Stovepipe Wells. We stopped at Stovepipe Wells. And
Then we came to the Mosaic.
And now we're at the Mosaic Canyon. We're finishing up our little tour of Death Valley National Park.
See the Death Valley ahead.
Yeah. And that is the valley, Death Valley, right ahead of us.
You really see the mosaic on the marble.
So we've just finished our hike, little hike in Mosaic Canyon, and we're going to get a few gallons of gas just as a reserve for the trip back to Palm Springs. But we've had a wonderful visit to Death Valley National Park, and you want to stop at that saloon and get some lunch maybe?
Can you focus?
Yeah.
Okay. We're heading for a little town. He's going to focus the camera in a minute, where we're going to go to the bathroom, the restaurant, and the gas station in that order.
I'm sure everybody wants to know we're going to the bathroom.
It's a town of, there must be at least 20 people that live there.
Oh, and there's a raven,
There's a raven
that
right out there.
came to say so long to us.
Right. This one is picture taken.
And isn't that a gorgeous view? And hello, raven. Thank you. Thank you.
He's talking to us.
I think we're in his territory
What's
or
he trying
something.
to say?
I don't know, but you can see the little village down there where we're going.
Hey guy, you want a banana peel?
Okay, we're on our way.
We're about to start a bone-jarring trip back to the highway.
Oh my goodness, yeah, it's quite a trip down this dirt road filled with potholes. But it's been a wonderful visit to Death Valley National Park.